Hi, Tom Big Al Schreiter here. In this lesson, we're going to take a look at what sound bites are and are not. Let me show you the power of a sound bite. Let's say that you sold some sort of diet program. Could be food, could be classes, whatever. Now, when the prospect says, well, I'm not sure if I should do this or not, all you have to do is say, it will turn your body into a fat-burning machine. But it costs too much. Well, it will turn your body into a fat-burning machine. Well, it's too hard to do. Yes, but it will turn your body into a fat-burning machine. The soundbite is the answer to all the objections, all the questions, all the delays. Simply learn to say, turns your body into a fat-burning machine, or whatever your soundbite is. Now let me show you a little bit about what soundbites aren't. Well, there's a difference between branding and slogans that people remember and a soundbite that compels them to action. Let me give you some ideas of some branding or slogans that are used. They sound good, but they don't really compel people to action. Let's try this. Coca-Cola, it's the real thing. Well, what action can you take? Or Alka-Seltzer, plop plop, fizz fizz, oh what a relief it is. Nice tagline, but it's really not a soundbite. It just brands Alka-Seltzer as a pain relief. How about American Express, don't leave home without it? Or Toyota, the car in front is a Toyota. Or E.F. Hutton, we make money the old-fashioned way. Again, these are kind of boring. They're not sound bites. We're not forcing people to get excited, make a decision, or take action. Listen to a few more of these that are corporate branding, but not sound bites. Intel, the computer inside. Maytag, the dependable people. KFC, nobody does chicken like KFC. Campbell's Soup, good. General Electric, we bring good things to life. Well, that's nice, they bring good things to life, but are we going to be motivated to buy? Probably not. American Airlines, something special in the air. Merrill Lynch, bullish on America. Anheuser-Busch Beer, this bud's for you. Morton Salt, when it rains it pours. Again, corporate branding. Our job is to get people to make an instant decision. That's what we're getting paid for. And we need to do that quickly before we do our information dump of all these facts and figures. The human mind makes decisions upon programs that are already inside of their head. So take a look at the sound bites you wrote down from the last lesson. Are they really sound bites or just something that sounds good? Something that's branding? Here's our challenge. Sound bites are rare. You don't really know how to create them, but you do know when you hear them. So when you hear a sound bite from somebody else, maybe you can modify it slowly, or maybe you can modify it just a bit to make it useful for you. So if you're having trouble of thinking, where do I find these sound bites? Just start tuning your ears. Let me give you some examples. Most sound bites are figures of speech, such as alliteration. Alliteration is when the first two sounds of a word sound the same. That's why French fries is easy to say. That's an alliteration. Remember when we said about the rat race? Rat race starts with R-A, and it's an alliteration, and it's easy to remember. Let me give you some examples of other alliterations, and let's see if we can do something to make them into a soundbite. Baby blues. Baby boomer. Backbreaker. Hey, wait, we could use that. If you sold automobiles, you might say, you don't want to buy that car. The seats are so uncomfortable. In the industry, we call that car the backbreaker. And the person will put that car out of his mind because that's the backbreaker, the soundbite, change their mind about the competition. How about bad blood or bellow the ball, bite the bullet, blind as a bat. Bounce back, cut corners, cash cow, close call, cold as a cucumber, crack the code. Maybe we could say with our business we cracked the code of being rich. Do you want to stay in your job or would you like to crack the code and change your life? Let's look at some more. Cream of the crop, cuts to the core. Dead as a doornail, do or die. Falls head over heels, fan the flames. The fickle finger of fate. Maybe we try green as grass. Well, we could use that if we sold environmental products. It's as green as grass. Or hard-headed, live and learn, make merry. Money makers. Oh, we could do that. How about money makers? Turn your computer into a money-making machine. Now, if you had an opportunity based upon the computer, all you'd have to say to people is, we turned your computer into a money-making machine, and every time they look at their computer, they're thinking, yes, I can make that a money-making machine. The more the merrier. Sink or swim. Hey, sink or swim could be a good close, couldn't it? You could say, well, you know, today is your day to sink or swim. What are you going to choose? So if you're a real estate salesperson, that could be a great close. So as you start using alliteration, it might bring some ideas to mind. Some famous alliterations used in the past were double your dating. It was a course sold to single men about how to get more dates. And it was easy for them to remember double your dating. Maybe you're an accountant, and instead of saying you have accounting services, maybe you could call yourself the tax tamer. Or if you sold dance classes, you could call your classes Dancing for Dummies. Easy to remember. I like the weight loss industry because it's so competitive and it's full of great examples of alliteration. How about this one? Cottage cheese thighs. Boy, that brings a picture, doesn't it? So could that be a close? If you don't want cottage cheese thighs, you need to, well, whatever they happen to sell in the weight loss industry. Rhyming works pretty good too. It's a different way. How about pinch an inch? That's a weight loss example. Or earlier I gave zero to hero. Rhyming makes it easy to remember. Or wrinkle shrinker. Well, it almost rhymes. Another figure of speech is the hyperbole, which is gross exaggerations. For instance, I once wrote a headline called, "It slipped past me like a grease ninja at midnight." Everybody had to read, what slipped past me like a grease ninja at midnight? But you can use hyperbole for, let's say, selling cosmetics. If you have a very elegant makeup line, you would let people know that, hey, we don't want people to think we attended the circus clown school of makeup. What a great way to position your cosmetics as elegant, where everybody else's makes people look like circus clowns. Let me give you another example. In 1984, I bought a water filter. Why did I buy a water filter? Well, here's what happened. Somebody used a soundbite. They came to my house, plugged in a water filter, and they said, you've just moved to Houston, Texas. You need a water filter. And I says, no, the water tastes just fine. So they showed me reports of chlorine in the water, and you should have healthy water, and how much water you should drink. And I was not interested until they used a simple soundbite. And the soundbite they used was this. They asked me, where do you think the Houston water comes from? And I said, oh, I don't know, maybe the San Jacinto River. And they said, well, the San Jacinto River drains all the subdivisions upstream. So when you get a glass of water from the sink, if you look at it real closely, you see little things floating around. And I said, yes. No big deal. And they said, do you know what those little things are? And I said, no. And they said, undissolved pieces of tissue paper. I bought the water filter. It was as simple as that. All they had to say was undissolved pieces of tissue paper from upstream, water filter sold. No other reports needed. Sound bites, level 4. That's all you need to learn if you want to close at a very, very high level. Start listening to radio commercials. Watch advertisements, see if they use some sound bites, and if you can modify them for your business. I will see you on the next lesson.